Answer.
Hello class 8 boys and girls. Welcome for today's lesson, mathematics class 8. And today I want us to look at ratio. Actually, when you think about ratio, it's just a way of comparing two or more items. Ratio is a way of comparing two or more items. So I have examples here which I want us to go through. I want us to look at examples that I have written on the chalkboard. Example number 1 says, the ratio of cows to goats is 3 to 5. The ratio of cows to goats is 3 to 5. If there are 24 more goats than cows, how many cows are there? Question says, if there are 24 more goats than cows, how many cows are there? So let us look at the solution. Let's look at the solution. We are saying that the ratio of cows to goats, is 3 to 5. The ratio of cows to goats is 3 to 5. But we have 24 more goats than cows. So we can now say, let the number of cows be x. That means the number of goats is 24 more than cows. That means the number of goats is x plus 24. So that now the number of cows is x. That is x to x plus 24. And now we can now say we have the ratio of cows to goats as a fraction, which is 3 over 5 is equals to x over x plus 24. Now from here now we cross multiply. Let us cross multiply. That means this 5 multiplies with what? X. And this 3 will have to multiply with x plus 24. So let us multiply. 5 times x gives us 5x. We say is equals to 3 times x gives us 3x plus 3 times 24 gives us 72. Then from here we collect the like terms. This 3x is a positive. A positive crossing cosine becomes a minus. So we say it is 5x minus 3x is equals to 72. Now, 5 take away 3 gives us 2. So we have 2x is equals to 72. Now what are we supposed to do now to get the exact value of x? Very good, we divide both sides by 2. So you divide here by 2, you also divide here by 2. So that we now say 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 2 again is 1. So we have x is equals to 72 divided by 2. So you can again say 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 72 is that what? That's 6. So the value of x is equals to 36. Now let us come to a equation now. Where there is x, we put it at 6. So the number of cows was x. That means the number of cows was what? That's 6. And the number of goats was x, which is 36 plus 24. Can you add that? That 6 plus 24 gives us what? We can add it together. You say it is that 6 plus 24. So this is 4 plus 6 gives us 10. We write a 0, carry 1. 1 plus 3 we get 4. 4 plus 2 gives us 6. So this is now what? 6. So in this case now, we can now say the number of cows was that 6 and the number of goats was what? Was 60. And when you get the difference, you realize you have 24 more goats than cows. So the question says, how many cows were there? How many cows were there? So we now say we had 36 cows. We had 36 cows. So that 6 is now the correct word, the correct answer. That 6 is the correct answer. So let us look at example 2. Example 2 says, in a farm, the ratio of cows to goats is 3 to 5. The ratio of cows to goats is 3 to 5, while that of sheep to goats is 2 to 3. But the question says, if there are 40 sheep in the farm, how many more goats than cows are there? If there are 40 sheep in the farm, how many more goats than cows are there? So again, we look at the solution. Let us look at the solution again. The question says, in this farm we have cows and goats. So the ratio of cows to goats is 3:5. At the same time, we have the sheep to goats again, which is 2 to 3. Now in this case, the number of goats is the same. In this case, the number of what? Goat is what? The number of goats is the same. So you can now say the ratio of cows to goats is 3:5. Then again now, the ratio of this one now, we can now say the ratio of goats to sheep is 3 to 2. The ratio of goats to sheep is 3 to 2. So that we have now the same number of goats as what? 3. And then we have 2. That is for the sheep. Now from here we can now get the total or the exact original ratios. So you can now say this is 3 times 3 gives us what? 3 times 3 gives us 9. Very good. We have 9. 2. You say 3 times 5 gives us what? 3 times 5 gives us 15. You write 15. And then we have 2 times 5 to give us what? To give us 10. So that now we have this as the ratio of cows to goats to sheep. The ratio of cows to goats to sheep is 9 to 15 to 10. So now let us now look at this. We have 40 sheep. So the number of sheep is equals to what? Is equals to 40 sheep. The number of sheep is equals to what? 40. Now let us get the total number of animals. That is equal to the total ratio. The total ratio is equals to 9 plus 15 plus 10. Can you add that? 9 plus 15 gives us what? 24 plus 10 gives us 34. So this is 34. Now, can now say we have the cows, we have the goats, we have the sheep. So the number of cows, that is 9 out of the total ratio, 34. Goats, that is 15 out of the total ratio, 34. Then the sheep, that is 10 out of the total ratio, 34. But now we can say, if this 10 over 34 is equals to 40 sheep, what about the total 34 over 34? So I can now say, if 10 over 34 is equals to 40 sheep, what about now 34 over 34, which is same as 1? So we can now just get the reciprocal from here. That is 34 over 10 times 40. This is 1 means 0. So that we now have 34 multiplied by 4. We now have 34 multiplied by 4. Let us multiply together. 4 multiplied by 4 gives us what? 4 multiplied by 4 gives us 16. 16 we write what? 16 we write 6. We carry 1. And then 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12. 12 plus 1 gives us what? 13. Very good. So the total number of animals, the total number of animals was or is 136 animals. Is 136 what? Animals. So let's look at the number of cows. Cows are just 9 out of the total 34. So we have cows, that is 9 out of the total ratio, which is 34. We multiply by the total number of animals, 136. And then we have goats, that is 15, again out of the total ratio, 34 multiplied by the total number of animals, 136. Then lastly we have sheep, that is 10 out of the total ratio, again 34 multiplied by 136. So let us now simplify. Now we can now say 34 goes into 34 how many times? 1 time. So you say 34 into 34 is 1. 34 into 136 is 4 times. So we have 4 times 9 to give us 36 cows. Let us look at the number of goats. Again we say 34 goes into 34 1 time, that is 1. Then into 136 again it is 4 times. So in this case we say 4 times 15 to give us what? Can you multiply that? 4 multiplied by 15 gives us 60. So you write 60. So we have 60 goats. Then the number of sheep, that is 34. Again 34 is 1. 34 into 136 is 4. So this will give us what? 40 sheep, which is actually given here. The number of sheep was 40. But now let's look at the question. The question says, how many more goats than cows are there? How many more goats than cows are there? So the word more implies subtraction. How many more goats than cows are there? So let's look at the number of goats. The number of goats was 60. The number of cows was what? That's 6. And I've said the word more implies the difference, which is subtraction. So how many more goats? That's the number of goats, that is 60 minus that 6. Can you subtract that? 60 minus that 6. 60 minus that 6 gives us what? It gives us 24. So you write 24 more goats. We have 24 more goats than cows. We have 24 more goats than cows. That is example number 2. Now I want us to look at example number 3. It says, in a school with 2,400 pupils, the ratio of girls to boys is 7 ratio 5. One day, 240 girls went for a drama festival. One day, 240 girls went for a drama festival. So the question says, what is the ratio of girls to boys left in the school on that day? What is the ratio of girls to boys left in the school on that day? So let's look at this. In this school, we have boys let us start as per the ratio given, which is actually girls to boys. We have girls to boys. So the ratio of girls and boys is 7 to 5. And the total number of pupils in the school, that is the total number of boys and girls, is 2,400. So in this case now, the total number of these pupils should be equal to the total ratio of boys and girls. And that is the total ratio, which is 7 plus 5 to give us what? 12. So the total ratio is 12. So that we can now say we have girls to boys. That is 7 to 5. So the number of girls is just 7 out of the total ratio 12 to the number of boys, which is 5 out of the total ratio, again 12. So let us get the number of boys and the number of what? Girls. Let us get the number of boys and the number of girls. So that we now have girls as the total, that is 7 out of the total ratio 12 multiplied by the number of pupils 2,400. So you can now say 2 into 12 is 6. 2 into 2 is what? 1. 2 into 4 is 2. So this is 0, this is 0. Then 6 into 6 is 1, 6 into 12 is 2, that's 200. So we have girls as 7 times 200. This will give us what? 1,400 girls. Let us look at the number of boys. We only have 5 out of the total 12. We multiply again by the total number of pupils in the school, which is 2,400. So again we say 2 into 12 is 6, 2 into 2 is 1, into 4 is 2, that is 1,200. Then 6 into 6 is 1, 6 into 12 is 2, that gives us what? 200. So in this case, the number of boys is 5 times 200 to give us what? 1,000 boys. But now let us look at the question. The question says, what is the ratio of girls to boys left in the school on that day? That is after 240 girls went for that drama festival. So we have the total number of